Part 1, Chapter 1 on the Hills of Rosemont. Born on May 11, 1932, to Genevieve Estelle Preston, a fiercely independent 24-year-old woman, Russell Jr.'s arrival marked the beginning of her unwavering resolve to keep her child, despite her family's insistence that she consider other options. On the other hand, Russell Hubert Carrington Jr. was a man torn between societal expectations and his burgeoning love for Genevieve and their son. Though he made no excuses for his failings, he could not bring himself to defy his parents, whose influence loomed over every decision he made. The Carringtons and Prestons came from vastly different worlds. The Carrington family had long been established as one of Baltimore's respected black families. They were descendants of free black artisans and landowners dating back to the 19th century. Their wealth, though modest by white society's standards, was significant within their community, allowing them to live comfortably after relocating from the Bel Air, Maryland farmland to a stately, all-brick row home in a prosperous black neighborhood. The Carringtons prioritized education and respectability, holding firmly to the belief that proper decorum and adherence to societal norms were key to advancement. Russell Sr. was a strict but fair man who worked in the pharmacy at the University of Maryland Hospital. His position not only provided financial stability, but also made him a figure of authority within the community. However, their emphasis on tradition and social status created an unyielding expectation, particularly for Russell Jr., to excel and uphold the family's legacy. In contrast, the Prestons rose to prominence not through inheritance, but through sheer determination and strategic connections. Russell Jr.'s mother was the daughter of a skilled domestic worker who catered to wealthy white families and learned the intricacies of their world. Genevieve's mother used her knowledge of etiquette and social diplomacy to build a network of influence within both the black and white communities. Genevieve herself carried this skill set into adulthood, earning a reputation as a masterful hostess and an advocate for black women's advancement. Through her involvement in civic organizations, charity drives, and church activities, the Prestons cemented their reputation as leaders who uplifted their peers. While Genevieve dressed impeccably and cultivated an air of refinement, much of the family's social standing relied on their active community engagement and Genevieve's ability to project an image of prosperity. Her unparalleled ability to blend into spaces where black families were often excluded became her greatest asset. With charm, intelligence, and cultural awareness, she forged connections with influential figures, positioning her family as a symbol of upward mobility. She was often the first to volunteer for leadership roles in church and charity events, ensuring that the Preston name became synonymous with dignity and service. Despite the tension surrounding his arrival, Genevieve poured all her ambitions and unfulfilled dreams into her son. She doted on young Russell Jr. and worked tirelessly as a seamstress, determined to give him the best education and every opportunity she could afford. His father, though not present in the traditional sense, provided steady financial support, ensuring that his son would bear the Carrington name. As Russell Jr. grew, he carried the weight of both his parents' dreams. His mother taught him resilience and self-reliance, while his father's success and power cast a long shadow of expectation. These formative years shaped the man he would become, ambitious, fiercely intelligent, and determined to craft a legacy that would make both families proud. By the time Russell Jr. turned 8, the contrast between his two worlds became undeniable. Genevieve did everything she could to shield him from the whispers of neighbors and the judgment of her own family. The stigma of being a single mother in 1940s Baltimore clung to her like a shadow, but she refused to let it define her son's future. She instilled in Russell Jr. a fierce determination, often telling him, "You are not defined by where you come from, but by where you choose to go." Genevieve Estelle Preston married Sam Fields, becoming Mrs. Genevieve Fields. Sam, a practical and dependable man, provided stability and support to both Genevieve and Russell Jr. Though Sam treated Russell Jr. with kindness, their relationship was never particularly close. Despite this emotional distance, Sam's influence instilled in Russell Jr. a sense of discipline and perseverance traits that would serve him well in achieving his future goals. Meanwhile, Russell Sr. remained a steady, albeit strict and firm, presence in young Russell Jr.'s life. Every Sunday, Genevieve would dress her son in his Sunday best and take him to his father's family church, Metropolitan Methodist Church, located in West Baltimore at the corner of Landvale and Carrollton Avenue. His uncle, the Reverend Napoleon Bonaparte Carrington, pastored the church. Russell Sr. was no ordinary man. A cornerstone of the Rosemont community in Old West Baltimore, he was one of the first black men to integrate the neighborhood, a pioneer breaking barriers in a time when such progress demanded exceptional courage and determination. Beyond his personal achievements, the Carrington family played a pivotal role in shaping West Baltimore's spiritual and cultural identity, helping to bring African churches into the heart of the community and creating spaces for faith and fellowship to thrive. The family's influence extended beyond the church pews and into the press room of the Afro-American newspaper,